Alright, hello again YouTube. I'm back again with another video here. My last session was only about 2 weeks ago, and not much has come back since, so I think a lot of things are working for me. As you can see, the contrast between my arms versus my legs. My arms I just did a fresh scraping on, so that's why they're a little inflamed right now. But this guy right here, it's looking pretty good overall. But what I'm going to do right now is soak this up in coconut oil. And I'm going to wait 24 hours. And I will go ahead and do another scraping here. Scraping, picking, something. Alright, as you can see, my scales are not plentiful, but they do exist. And they're kind of hard. And you see these stubborn parts on my ankle here? I'm going to soak these up extra good and hopefully take it all off tomorrow. Alright, 24 hours later, we have the loosened up flakes ready to be removed. Alright, enough of that. Let's get zoomed up. Alright, so this area right here, it's mostly clear. There's probably like a very thin layer of skin in this little area left, but for the most part, it's pretty clear, and I like that. So that's probably what the start of the next time-lapse video is going to look like when I get that ready for you guys. So keep an eye out for that. As you can see, as I go over this area, it's a lot of, there's some dust that comes off of that. Very just fine chunks of skin being pulled off. But for the most part, clean. Alright, so you'll notice that this is not nearly as clean as it was up above. Um, and there are some thicker patches around here that are a little more stubborn and they won't come up. And if I do force them to come up, it may make me bleed. And I'm not in the business of making myself bleed constantly. There are times where I'll scratch it and pull it up on occasion. But for the most part, this is mostly clean. Um, I'll call it good. I don't really care for going too deep on this one. So we'll continue on. This is the part of my leg right above the ankle that the psoriasis gets really, really, really stubborn and it's hard to pull off. So I won't be able to flake it off in as big of flakes as you guys would like to see. So let's just see what I can do. Now that wasn't bad at all. That was actually pretty good. You notice how I was working my knife a little bit there. I was trying to work it in a little bit and then lift. Work it in a little bit, lift. Work it in a little bit, lift. I wasn't trying to slice off any scales or anything. So just keep that in mind. The method changes depending on the type of skin that I'm trying to pull off. As you can see already, on the side of my calf here, there's not much, just due to the nature of expanding and contracting as I move around in my day-to-day life, that just causes the skin to fall off on its own. So there's not much to be lifted off. Just a little bit of scraping and once again, not much in this area either. So let's go on down a little further. A little more right here. See, since this is lower down on my calf, there's not so much expanding and contracting of my muscle, my calf muscle. So thus we are back to a little more scales. And these ones are also particularly stubborn. They don't like to come up very cleanly. Sometimes they do, though. Most times they don't. It's kind of a hard angle to film at. Let's see what I can give you here at the back of my ankle. Now these guys are really stubborn. Like immediately, if I scratch these, they will start bleeding. I really want to take them off though, so let's see if I can get a better view. See how it kind of just chips off a little bit, and you can already see a little bit of blood forming there. These ones don't feel too good. This one in particular that I'm working on doesn't hurt, but you can feel it tugging on the skin beneath. No, they just really don't want to go. Alright, I just hit it with a little bit of coconut oil. As you can see, you can't really see it anymore. But we'll go ahead and skip that for now, and we'll move on to the next part. Alright, now here we have the inner portion of my calf and shin area, and down here we've got that really stubborn stuff as well. So I think I'm going to soak that up right now as well, and then we'll see. Well, we'll see what we can do with it. We'll soak it up later. You see the scab that I'm working off right now? That's a few days old. Now me pulling off this scab, I'm not worried about it at all. I don't think any more bleeding would come out of it. Probably scratched myself while I wasn't thinking about it. So yeah, pretty clean. Nothing underneath, just nice and fresh psoriatic skin. This stuff just does not want to come up on its own. Okay, see, got a little bit of blood there, and I was just working it like everything else. I'll just avoid that area and just keep going down the line. Alright, let's see if we can't get a super close-up view of this stubborn patch. Alright, so take a look at that stuff. Now, there are some parts over here that I think I could probably pull up on this end, but back here, this is just like, literally, it's just concrete, and it's brittle, it falls apart, but it's really, really, really stuck to the skin below it, because there hasn't been any motion here to loosen it up much, even after I lubed it up yesterday. So let's see what I can do. Now, I can't just stick coconut oil on here and expect it to come right up. It doesn't work like that. I'd have to wait a little bit and let it soak in before anything comes up. What sucks about this spot is that it really does get so itchy. And I wish there was something better I could do about it. I mean, I could just soak in the tub and scrub it down much more easily that way, but you know, I don't like to sit in the tub. I got things to do. I'm being very gentle here too. And you see, even just pulling some of these guys up just causes that little bit of bleeding that I always talk about. It's not due to the knife, it's not due to the hardness that I'm pressing into my skin, it's due to just pulling that skin away. And there's just a little tiny bit of blood that pops up. That's it. I mean, look here, watch. I'll just run my tip of my knife in there and kind of just scrape it off. You see that it's not really giving anything. It's kind of just shaving off that top layer as I go and just creating that little pile of dust right there in the end. Oh, there. Now I got a little edge, but as you can see, there's some blood coming up there. So that, I just pull that off. I mean, it's not very efficient to do it this way. So let's just kind of scrape it slowly and see what happens. You can see this little pile of dust up here starting to form. And that's just from pulling off that top layer each time I pass. And let's do it down towards the bottom. There we go. Let's see how much dust we can get to pile up down there. Well, I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty part, and even though I can still see that there's, you know, a lot of a lot of excess skin still up here. I don't want to go too much deeper. I don't want to bleed all over the place tonight. So, as you can see, this is how much I just scraped off of that little area. And it's quite a bit of skin dust, if you will. No, I'm not going to snort it, nor am I going to let anybody else snort it. Okay, guys. All right, that's enough for right now. Okay, folks, that's all for now. As you can see, there are some spots on this leg that I was unable to get. This is my right leg. This is the one we just did. And it's much cleaner than this leg over here. So I'll be back in the next video with this leg being done. There's not much on here, as you can see. But we'll see what we could do. Maybe I'll run another duct tape video on that and give that a shot and see what happens. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you liked that, and I'm going to go ahead and work on the time-lapse video now, and we'll see how that works out. Hopefully in a few weeks I will have that time-lapse video for you. I'm also going to be doing an unboxing of the new Patchbox Mini, and hopefully we've got some cool things in there to try out. I haven't tried everything out from the last box, but I've done a whole lot of usage of that jojoba oil and some of the balm that it came with and the shampoo. So hopefully we get some more good stuff in here. I would definitely like to try it. The tea that I had last time, the elm bark tea, I haven't tried that yet. I'm still a little afraid to try it, but I'll try to work my way up and get that out of the way. So we'll see you soon. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Links down below in the description. Also, I'll put some buttons up here. Right here, here and here, here and here. How about now? You gonna like? How about subscribe? I got plenty more videos coming.